Committee on State Affairs will come to order. Will the clerk call the roll? Actually, the clerk doesn't need to call the roll because we're already in before. Thanks anyway, Madam Clerk. Chair lays out House Bill 824. 824, Representative Buckley's bill, sponsored by Senator Flores. This bill, on his behalf, I will present, has certain political subdivisions had a difficult, expensive time contending with elections held in May, since county administrators are not required to assist other local governments with May elections in the same way they're required to support elections in November. This bill seeks to address this issue by authorizing the governing body of certain cities to change the date on which the city holds its general election for officers to the November uniform election date. That's the bill. I yield for questions. Very good. We'll open public testimony on House Bill 824. 824. Anyone? I think you're right. Anyone wishing to testify on for or against House Bill 824? Seeing and hearing none, public testimony is closed. Bill's left pending at this time. The chair lays out House Bill 2850, 2850, Representative Smith's bill. In 2020, the Supreme Court finalized policy changes made to the Texas Rules of Civil Procedure. These aligned the Texas rules more closely with federal disclosure guidelines. And while these policies work at the federal level, many of the changes have unintentionally placed new hardships on attorneys, especially in small firms and rural areas. House Bill 2850 simply places much of the previous language found in Rule 194 and 195 into the Family Code. Reinstating the previous rules will greatly benefit all litigants and attorneys across the state. That's what the bill does. I'll yield for your questions. Very good. We'll open public testimony on House Bill 2850, 2850. Is there anyone wishing to testify on for or against House Bill 2850? Hearing none. Public testimony is closed. Bill's left pending at this time.
Okay.
The chair lays out Senate Bill 2633. Thank you. By Senator Hinojosa, and recognizes Senator Perry on behalf of the author.
This bill Senate Bill 2633 by Senator Hinojosa seeks to address fundamental issues concerning Texas Racing Commission. For many years, the Sunset Commission has criticized the agency for its untenable fiscal structure and licensing practice. Senate Bill 2633 addresses underpinning fiscal impediments confronting the agency, which are contemplated through current appropriations process. Specifically, this will allow the agency to effectively accept general revenue funding like all other Article 8 agencies. It also updates the Racing Commission's carryover authority to the current valuation of money. This bill also requires the Racing Commission to comply with Chapter 53 of the licensing requirements.
Thank you, Senator. Members, any questions for Senator Perry on behalf of the author? Very well. We'll open public testimony on Senate Bill 2633. Is there anyone wishing to testify on for or against Senate Bill 2633? Hearing none, public testimony is closed. Bill's left pending at this time. The chair lays out House Bill 3058, 3058. This is Representative Ann Johnson's bill, and I'll sponsor the bill. House Bill 3058 deals with doctor-patient relationships and medically necessary services. That's what the bill does, and I'll yield for questions.
Necessary services? That's what the bill does?
What's it do?
I don't know. He said...
That's fine. Questions about the bill?
Do we know, what does the bill do?
Some would call it shell.
Oh, I got it.
Oh,
Not like the pasta.
I got it. No, I understand.
it's called the vehicle bill.
Man, so germane. You will this germane is like you've never seen. It's gonna be. Any questions about the bill as filed? There's so many hearings going on, and I thank you for being here. And it may not be possible for us to get a quorum this evening, in which case we'll try to vote tomorrow. I know there's so many hearings going on. Should we, if we knew, what do you, any sense for what other committees are doing? Senator, that's a good idea. If we can, let's stand at ease and do a little texting, see where people are, and see if we can get a time certain to vote tonight. Thank you.
Okay.
Very
Yeah,
good.
they have 3 more witnesses.
Okay. Let's stand at ease till 9:45, and we'll shoot for a 9:45 vote. Make sense? Thank you, Senator. That's that West Texas way. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Well, welcome back. Thank everyone for their flexibility as many committees are meeting and votes are taking place tonight, and we're covering a lot of important material. The chair lays out as a matter of pending business House Bill 3058, the bill related to the doctor-patient relationships and medically necessary services. The chair lays out the committee substitute. Senators, the committee substitute provides an affirmative defense in a suit brought against a physician or medical provider attending to a pregnant woman who's experiencing serious pregnancy complications. The bill specifically expressly identifies the medical situations where the affirmative defense may be asserted. The intent of this bill is to ensure that pregnant women who are experiencing complications receive the medical treatment they need in a timely manner. This does not expand current Texas law on medical emergencies. It clarifies the law so that providers and patients and institutions are able to act accordingly and give moms the care they need while adhering to the law. That's what the substitute does, and I'll yield for your questions. Very good. I will yield the gavel to the Vice Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Senator Hughes moves that we adopt the committee substitute to House Bill 3058. Is there objection? If not, it is so ordered. Senator Hughes moves that the committee substitute to House Bill 3058 be reported favorably to the full Senate with the recommendation that it do pass and be printed. The clerk will call the roll.
Betancourt, Birdwell, Lamatia.
Oh, thank you. That's okay. It's been a long night.
Menendez, Middleton, Parker, Perry, Schwartner, Zaffarini, Paxton,
Aye.
Hughes.
Aye. 7-0.
There being 7 ayes and no nays, the committee substitute for HB 3058 will be reported favorably to local. Okay, local consent. Seeing no objection, so ordered.
And members, if that's okay, we'll move through some pending business while we're here. Try to get some bills, continue moving. We'll let if you don't mind, continue to do my bills, Madam Chair.
All right.
Thank you.
Senator Hughes moves that House Bill, Chair lays, brings up House Bill 2850. Senator Hughes moves that House Bill 2850 be reported favorably to the full Senate with the recommendation that it do pass and be printed. The clerk will call. Okay, sure. 2850. House Bill 2850.
That's the bill from Representative Smith that has to do with procedural rules in small cases, family law, things like that. It's a civil procedure cleanup bill. I don't think it's controversial. Came over from the House. Thank you, Senator.
Any other questions, members? All right. Senator Hughes moves that House Bill 2850 be reported favorably to the full Senate with the recommendation that do pass and be printed. The clerk will call the roll.
Betancourt, Birdwell, Lamatia, Menendez, Middleton, Parker, Perry, Schwartner, Zaffarini, Paxton,
Aye.
Hughes.
Aye.
There being 7 ayes and no nays, House Bill 2850 will be reported to the local calendar. Is there objection? Seeing none, so ordered. All right. The chair now brings up, as a matter of pending business, House Bill 4053. 4053.
It's the ethics bill cleanup came over from the House.
Ethics Commission report, right? Okay. Yes, personal
Yes, sir.
financial
That's
statement.
it. Yeah.
All good? Senator Hughes moves that House Bill 4053 be reported favorably to the full Senate with the recommendation that it do pass and be printed. The clerk will call the roll.
Betancourt, Birdwell, Lamatia, Menendez, Middleton, Parker, Perry, Schwartner, Zaffarini, Paxton,
Aye.
Hughes.
Aye.
There being 6 ayes and 1 nay, House Bill 4053 will be reported favorably to the full Senate. Chair now brings up as a matter of pending business House Bill 3159. 3159.
Accessible absentee ballot system. You want to check how much for the case we get?
Yes. All right. Chair now brings up as a matter of pending business House Bill 3159. Senator Hughes moves that House Bill 3159 be reported favorably to the full Senate with the recommendation that it do pass and be printed. The clerk will call the roll.
Betancourt, Birdwell, Lamantia, Menendez, Middleton, Parker, Perry, Schwartner, Zaffarini, Paxton.
Aye.
Hughes.
Aye.
There being 7 ayes and no nays, House Bill 3159 will be reported to the local calendar. If there is objection, there is not. So seeing none, so ordered. Chair now brings up as a matter of pending business House Bill 1422.
Okay. Senators, this is the Daylight Savings Time Bill, 1422. This is the one that would put us on daylight savings time and keep us there. We'll still need, this is the
Yes,
House
House
bill.
bill.
Yes, sir. So for the longer days, okay. Okay, so we will,
Okay.
1422 is the one that,
Chair unbrings up a matter of pending.
that's right, that's the one that would, that's right, we would still have to get approval from the feds. It would be on daylight savings time and wouldn't have to change back and forth. Okay. Okay, won't vote on that one tonight. Thank you.
Keep going.
Just leave it pending.
That's it, right? Bill will be left pending.
We have these two.
These two, okay. All right, the chair now brings up as a matter of pending business, House Bill 4062. 4062.
That's what the evaluators do in audio-visual recording to make sure that children are being protected in the process. Are you okay?
All right. Senator Hughes moves that House Bill 4062 be reported favorably to the full Senate with recommendation that it do pass and be printed. The clerk will call the roll.
Betancourt, Birdwell, Lamantia, Menendez, Middleton, Parker, Perry, Schwartner, Zaffarini, Paxton.
Aye.
Hughes.
There being 7 ayes and no nays, Senator Hughes moves that House Bill 4062 will be recommended and certified for placement on the local and uncontested calendar. Is there objection? Hearing none, so ordered. All right, last one of my set here. The chair brings up as a matter of pending business House Bill 4061. 4061.
Okay. Senators, you'll recall this is the bill we had the testimony right before we went into the Senate about the registered sex offenders living becoming near their victims. There was discussion about the importance of it and discussion about maybe some tweaks which could be done on the floor. What's the sense of the committee? Move this one out tonight?
Yes, absolutely. All right.
Chair.
Senator Hughes moves that we adopt the committee substitute to House Bill 4061. Is there objection? Seeing none, it is so ordered. Senator Hughes moves that we report the committee sub to House Bill 4061 favorably to the whole Senate. The clerk will call the roll.
Betancourt, Birdwell, Lamantia, Menendez,
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Middleton, Parker, Perry, Schwartner, Zaffarini, Paxton.
Aye.
Hughes.
Aye.
There being 7 ayes and no nays, the committee substitute to House Bill 4061 will be reported favorably to the full Senate.
Thank you, Madam Chair. A few more bills while we're here, or quite a few more bills while we're here. The chair lays out as a matter of pending business House Bill 3712, Representative Hernandez, sponsored by Senator Menendez, about a distributor's license and providing samples of malt beverages. No opposition, I'm aware of. Everybody okay to vote that one out? So, all right, so Senator Menendez moves that House Bill 3712 be reported favorably to the full Senate with the recommendation that it do pass and be printed. Will the clerk call the roll?
Betancourt, Birdwell, Lamantia, Menendez, Middleton, Parker, Perry, Schwartner.
Aye.
Zaffarini, Paxton. Hughes.
Aye. There being 6 ayes and 1 nay, House Bill 3712 will be reported favorably to the full Senate. The chair lays out House Bill 2961 as a matter of pending business. 2961, Representative Cook's bill, sponsored by Senator King, has to do with the conduct of a co-conspirator and making sure the jury understands what a conspiracy is when they're hearing cases like that. Seemed like a good cleanup bill. Everybody okay with that bill? 2961. Very well. Representative, how about Senator? We'll have Senator Schwartner will move that House Bill 2961 be reported favorably to the full Senate with the recommendation that it do pass and be printed. Will the clerk call the roll?
Betancourt, Birdwell, Lamontia, Menendez, Middleton, Parker, Perry, Schwartner, Zaffarini, Paxton. Hughes.
Aye. There being 7 ayes and no nays, the bill will be reported favorably to the full Senate. Any objection to local and uncontested calendar if Senator Schwartner so moves? Very good. The bill will be recommended for the local and uncontested calendar. The chair lays out as a matter of pending business House Bill 969, Representative Cook's bill, sponsored by Senator Middleton, about local regulation to enforce child custody orders. Everybody okay to vote on this one tonight? Everybody feel good about it? 969. Senator Middleton is the sponsor. House Bill 969. Very good. Senator Middleton moves that House Bill 969 be reported favorably to the full Senate with the recommendation that it do pass and be printed. Will the clerk call the roll?
Betancourt, Birdwell, Lamontia, Menendez, Middleton, Parker, Perry, Schwartner, Zaffarini, Paxton. Hughes.
Aye. There being 7 ayes and no nays, House Bill 969 will be reported favorably to the full Senate. Senator Middleton, you want to move for local on that? Any objection to Senator Middleton's motion that the bill be placed on the local calendar? Very well, it's so ordered. The chair lays out House Bill 1087, Representative Hull's bill about the contents of a petition in certain suits affecting the parent-child relationship, sponsored by Senator Middleton. Everybody okay on this one? 1087. All right. Senator Middleton moves that House Bill 1087, be reported favorably to the full Senate with the recommendation that it do pass and be printed. Will the clerk call the roll?
Betancourt, Birdwell, Lamontia, Menendez, Middleton, Parker, Perry, Schwartner, Zaffarini, Paxton. Hughes.
Aye. 7 ayes and no nays. House Bill 1087 will be reported favorably to the full Senate. Senator Middleton moves that the bill be certified and okay, that one needs to go to the floor. So 1087 we will not recommend for local. Senators, take a look at 1299. That's about the signature required on a carrier envelope, that it be a wet signature as opposed to a photograph or an image. I don't think it's controversial, but is everybody okay with 1299 before we lay it out? Okay, we won't do that one tonight.
Yeah, we need to.
All right. House Bill 461. The chair lays out House Bill 461 as a matter of pending business. That's Representative Smith's bill, sponsored by Senator Paxton, about the performance of an adoption evaluation in certain suits for adoption. You recall the testimony on this bill? No opposition, I recall. Everybody okay? 461. It's from Representative Smith. Senator Middleton, that look okay to you? Very good. Senator Paxton moves that House Bill 461 be reported favorably to the full Senate with the recommendation that it do pass and be printed. Will the clerk call the roll?
Betancourt, Birdwell, Lamontia, Menendez, Middleton, Parker, Perry, Schwartner, Zaffarini, Paxton. Hughes.
Aye. There being 7 ayes and no nays, the bill will be reported favorably to the full Senate. Senator Paxton, you want to send that one to the local calendar? Senator Paxton moves the bill be certified for placement on the local and uncontested calendar. Any objection? Hearing none, it's so ordered. The chair lays out as a matter of pending business House Bill 2626 by Representative Perry, Representative Tepper, sponsored by former Representative and now Senator Perry. Has to do with those campaign finance reports that are filed with local jurisdictions and making them available online. Everybody okay? Senator Perry moves that House Bill 2626 be reported favorably to the full Senate with the recommendation that it do pass and be printed. Will the clerk call the roll?
Betancourt, Birdwell, Valmentia, Menendez, Middleton, Parker, Perry, Schwartner, Zaffarini, Paxton, Hughes.
Aye. 7 ayes, no nays, being the tally. House Bill 2626 will be reported favorably to the full Senate. Senator Perry moves the bill be certified and recommended for the local and uncontested calendar. Is there objection? Hearing none, it's so ordered. The chair lays out as a matter of pending business House Bill 371. House Bill 371, Representative Busey's bill, sponsored by Senator Zaffarini. That's the one about runoff elections. Everybody okay with that bill 371? Very well. Senator Lamantia moves that House Bill 371 be reported favorably to the full Senate with the recommendation that it do pass and be printed. 371. Will the clerk call the roll?
Betancourt, Birdwell, Lamantia, Menendez, Middleton, Parker, Perry, Schwartner, Zaffarini, Paxton, Hughes.
Aye. 7 ayes, no nays. The bill will be reported favorably to the full Senate. Senator Lamantia moves that the bill be certified for the local and uncontested calendar. Is there objection? Hearing none, it's so ordered. The chair lays out as a matter of pending business House Bill 3046 by Representative Cassell, sponsored by Senator Paxton. This has to do with the process when a candidate passes away and no longer wants to be on the ballot. House Bill 3046. Everybody okay? Oh, okay. We'll pause. Folks, take a look. 3046. The chair lays out as a matter of pending business House Bill 3046, Representative Cassell's bill. And if I didn't lay it out, I'm laying it out now just to make sure. As a matter of pending business 3046, Representative Cassell's bill, sponsored by Senator Paxton. Senator Paxton moves that House Bill 3046 be reported favorably to the full Senate with the recommendation that it do pass and be printed. Will the clerk call the roll?
Betancourt, Birdwell, Lamantia, Menendez, Middleton, Parker, Perry, Schwartner, Zaffarini, Paxton, Hughes.
Aye. 7. There being 7 ayes and no nays, House Bill 3046 will be reported favorably to the full Senate. Senator Paxton moves the bill be recommended and certified for the local and uncontested. Any objection? Everybody comfortable with that? The bill goes to local. Hearing no objection, it's so ordered. Senators, take a look at House Bill 1848, Representative De Ayala's bill, sponsored by Senator Hall. It's just a study bill. It asks the Secretary of State to do a study on feasibility of central counting stations complying with standards for facilities that contain sensitive information. 1848. Haven't laid it out. We're just looking at it. 1848. Senator Hall's the sponsor of Senator Representative De Ayala in the House. Okay, we'll let that one hold a little bit longer. Let it simmer. Very good. House Bill 3137, Representative Isaac's bill, sponsored by Senator Springer. Just take a look at that one. We have plenty of bills to vote on. Let's look at House Bill 3949, Representative Rainey's bill, sponsored by Senator Whitmire, about arbitration involving members of certain nonprofit entities, Oddfellows, etc. 3949, everybody okay? Senator Perry moves that House Bill 39, let's lay the bill out. The chair lays out as a matter of pending business House Bill 3949 by Representative Rainey, sponsored by Senator Whitmire. Senator Perry moves that House Bill 3949 be reported favorably to the full Senate with the recommendation that it do pass and be printed. Will the clerk call the roll?
Betancourt, Birdwell, Lamantia, Menendez, Middleton, Parker, Perry, Schwartner, Zaffarini, Paxton, Hughes.
Aye. There being 7 ayes and no nays, the bill will be reported favorably. Senator Perry moves that the House Bill 3949 be recommended for placement on the local and uncontested calendar. Is there objection? Hearing none, it's so ordered. House Bill 3742 was Representative Goldman's bill. Senator Paxton sponsored about the events licensed by the Texas Department of Licensing and Regulation and ringside physicians. One of the more interesting captions from the session. Okay. The chair lays out as a matter of pending business House Bill 3742 by Representative Goldman, sponsored by Senator Paxton. Senator Paxton moves that House Bill 3742 be reported favorably to the full Senate with the recommendation that it do pass and be printed. Will the clerk call the roll?
Betancourt, Birdwell, Lamantia, Menendez, Middleton, Parker, Perry, Schwartner, Zaffarini, Paxton, Hughes.
Aye. There being 7 ayes, no nays, the bill will be reported favorably to the full Senate. Senator Paxton moves that the bill be certified for the local and uncontested calendars. Is there objection? Hearing none, it's so ordered. Just because we know. Senators, House Bill 4621, Representative Bajani's bill about canceling certain elections. There's a committee substitute, Senator Paxton explained to us, that addressed some concerns. If y'all want to vote on that one tonight, it's fine with me. 4621. The chair lays out as a matter of pending business House Bill 4621 by Representative Bajani, sponsored by Senator Paxton. Senator Paxton has previously explained the substitute to us, and Senator Paxton moves that we adopt the committee substitute to House Bill 4621. Is there objection to adoption of the substitute? Hearing none, it is adopted. Senator Paxton moves that the House Bill 4621 as substituted be reported favorably to the full Senate with the recommendation that it do pass and be printed. Will the clerk call the roll?
Betancourt, Birdwell, Lamantia, Menendez, Middleton, Parker, Perry, Schwartner, Zaffarini, Paxton, Hughes.
Aye. There being 7 ayes and no nays, the bill will be reported favorably. Senator Paxton to the full Senate. Senator Paxton moves that the bill be recommended for placement on the local and uncontested calendar. Is there objection? Hearing none, it's so ordered. The chair, okay, House Bill 4843, unlawful possession of a firearm by persons convicted of a felony. Representative Holland's bill, sponsored by Senator Huffman. 4843. The committee substitute that Senator Huffman had, Senator Huffman completely replaced this bill with the minimum 10-year sentence for a firearm that we already passed out of the Senate. That's what the substitute did. Yes, sir. So the chair lays out as a matter of pending business House Bill 4843 by Representative Holland, sponsored by Senator Huffman. The committee substitute has previously been explained to us to House Bill 4843. And the Senate. Oh, yeah, well, Senator Menendez moves that we adopt the committee substitute to House Bill 4843. Is there objection? Very well, the substitute's adopted. Oh, yes, sir. Right. The bill that came out of the House dealt with criminal penalties for certain offenses. When it got here, Representative Senator Huffman presented a committee substitute which replaced the House bill with the Senate bill with the minimum 10-year sentence that we had previously passed out of the Senate. And so we're not trying to rush anything, but that's what the substitute did. Well, it's a committee substitute, and so they deal with the same subject, and I don't think it's a problem as far as that goes, but that's what the substitute does. So, we can have some more discussion or talk to the author if we want to. That's just what the bill does. No problem. And we can hold on that one, and we'll keep moving through the agenda. So Senator Menendez moves that we adopt. Let me back up. Let's, to make sure we're clear, the chair lays out House Bill 4843 as a matter of pending business. Senator Huffman has previously explained to us the committee substitute. Senator Menendez moves that we adopt the committee substitute to House Bill 4843. Is there objection to the adoption substitute? Hearing none, it's adopted. The substitutes before us. Senator Menendez moves that House Bill 4843 as substituted be reported favorably to the full Senate with the recommendation that it do pass and be printed. Will the clerk call the roll?
Betancourt, Birdwell, Lamontia, Menendez, Middleton, Parker, Perry, Schwartner, Zaffarini, Paxton, Hughes.
Aye. There being 7 ayes and no nays, House Bill 4843 will be reported favorably to the full Senate. Do we want to send 4843 to local? Any objection? Do we want to? Senator Menendez moves the bill be certified for local and uncontested. Is there any objection? Hearing none, it's so ordered. But we still have the SJR. Do y'all want to vote on that? We haven't laid it out yet. That's the daylight savings. So the SJR, that's that SJR 86. Well, go ahead, Senator. SJR 86.
Sponsor, whatever he asked me to be of that thing. SGR 86 gives the voters the right to decide whether we go on permanent standard or daylight savings. Puts the question before the voters. Constitutional amendment. Because that's the way it's the most, because we get calls and complaints for both. People who like daylight savings, people who like permanent standard. Let the people decide what they want. Let the people speak.
Senator, is everybody okay to vote on that JR tonight?
That's it.
The chair lays out as a matter of pending business Senate Joint Resolution 86. That's probably true. Representative Betancourt is the author of Senate Joint Resolution 86. There's a committee substitute, which Senator Betancourt has previously explained to us. Senator Menendez moves that we adopt the committee substitute. Is there objection? Hearing none, the substitute's adopted. And Senator Menendez moves that Senate Joint Resolution 86, as substituted, be reported favorably to the full Senate with a recommendation to do pass and be printed. Will the clerk call the roll?
Betancourt, Birdwell, Lamantia, Menendez, Middleton, Parker, Perry, Schwartner, Zaffarini, Paxton, Hughes.
Aye. There being 7 ayes and no nays, Senate Joint Resolution 86 will be reported in favor of the full Senate, and that's got to go to the floor because it's a joint resolution.
Did we adopt this?
We did. Now, Senators, there's enabling legislation to that JR. It's Senate Bill 2329. In the interest of consistency, do we still want to do that as well?
What's the
2329, Senate Bill 2329. No, this isn't the House bill. This is the Senate bill that he did a committee substitute, and it's supposed to be consistent with the JR. It's the enabling legislation for the JR. Well, and after reading the text of the bill and the excellent witness today, I'm going to try to remember to say it's daylight saving time, not savings time. One S at the beginning, not one at the end. I thought it was savings. I appreciate it, Miss Albazel. It was a good testimony. The chair lays out as a matter of pending business Senate Bill 2329 by Senator Betancourt. Senator Betancourt has previously presented to us a committee substitute, explained it to us. It's been laid out. Senator Menendez moves that we adopt the substitute to Senate Bill 2329. Is there objection? Hearing none, it's so ordered. Senator Menendez moves that Senate Bill 2329 as substituted be reported favorably to the full Senate with a recommendation to do pass and be printed. Will the clerk call the roll?
Betancourt, Birdwell, Lamantia, Menendez, Middleton, Parker, Perry, Schwartner, Zaffarini, Paxton, Hughes.
Aye. There being 8 ayes and no nays, the bill will be reported favorably to the full Senate. Now, Senator Menendez, do you wish to recommend that one for the local uncontested calendar? Senator Menendez moves it be placed on the local uncontested. Is there objection? Hearing none, it's so ordered.
Oh.
Senators, back to Senate House Bill 1299. That's the one about the signature required on a carrier envelope for a ballot voted by mail requiring a wet signature or an originally wet signature. 1299. So the chair lays out as a matter of pending business House Bill 1299 by Representative Noble, sponsored by Senator Paxton. 1299. Senator Paxton moves that House Bill 1299 be reported favorably to the full Senate with the recommendation to do pass and be printed. Will the clerk call the roll?
Betancourt, Birdwell, Lamantia, Menendez, Middleton, Parker, Perry, Schwartner, Zaffarini, Paxton, Hughes.
Aye. There being 6 ayes and 2 nays, House Bill 1299 will be reported favorably to the full Senate. The chair lays out as a matter of pending business House Bill 1848. That's Representative De Ayala's bill, sponsored by Senator Hall, has to do with the Secretary of State doing a study on the feasibility of central counting stations complying with standards for sensitive information. House Bill 1848. Senator Parker moves that House Bill 1848 be reported favorably to the full Senate with the recommendation that it do pass and be printed. Will the clerk call the roll?
Betancourt, Birdwell, Lamantia, Menendez, Middleton, Parker, Perry, Schwartner, Zaffarini, Paxton, Hughes.
Aye. There being 6 ayes and 2 nays, House Bill 1848 will be reported favorably to the full Senate. Almost. The chair lays out as a matter of pending business House Bill 3137. House Bill 3137, Representative Isaac's bill, sponsored by Senator Springer, about local regulation of firearms or air guns. House Bill 3137. And Senator, one of those. I think it's one of those. I think it's one of those. So House Bill 3137 is before us as a matter of pending business. And Senator Schwartner moves that House Bill 3137 be reported favorably to the full Senate with the recommendation that it do pass and be printed. Will the clerk call the roll?
Betancourt, Birdwell, Lamantia, Menendez, Middleton, Parker, Perry, Schwartner, Zaffarini, Paxton, Hughes.
Aye. There being 6 ayes and 2 nays, bill will be reported favorably to the full Senate. That is all the matters we have to vote on. Thank you, members, excellent staff, and everybody participating and making this possible. Senate Committee on State Affairs, Senator, I think we already.
We held it tonight.
Okay, that's still being worked on. We have a motion in writing from Senator Zaffarini. With that objection, it will be adopted. Any others?
Jenna.
Motion in writing. Motion in writing from Senator Parker. With that objection, that will be adopted. Motion in writing from Senator Betancourt. With that objection, it will be adopted. Very well. If there's no further business, the Senate Committee on State Affairs stands in recess. I have to call the chair. Good evening.